help. Okay.
Okay.
So, I don't know at what point it got stuck. Like what we talked about when it got stuck.
I think you talked about the guy who was complaining about...
Yeah, but I don't know if this is when it stopped moving, so that we will have like a podcast at the end of this.
Yeah, but that doesn't...
Where do I have to go? Do I have to go over there? I don't... Fuck. Wrong button! So the guy was complaining about that he doesn't want to explain to his kids what the freaking...
menstruation is.
Yeah,
and
and
stuff.
I'm like, but it's so natural, especially like kids, alright? They're like, if they ask how are babies being made, right?
Yeah.
And you tell them, yeah, it happens like this, but you don't say, it's the story, it's magic. But you explain to them, they're like, okay.
Yeah, they're
They're
really
like-
open about it.
They don't give a shit, you don't have to explain much. If you say menstruation, yeah, it's when every woman goes through this. Or like, I know not only women can menstruate. I know, please don't.
Yeah,
Everyone, I'm just
yeah.
generally saying, well, generally women, men don't, but they bleed out of the vagina. It happens every month, but it's normal. It's so that the baby can nest in there.
Yeah, people
Kids-
with vaginas bleed.
Yeah, kids will mostly be like, ew, or like, okay, and
Yeah.
then continue on and play with their Barbies or something. They don't give a shit.
Especially because more than half of the population, or like half of the population is bleeding out of their vaginas.
It doesn't matter, you don't, and they don't say menstruation in a movie, they use euphemism and stuff, so a kid who doesn't know about this, you know, will not understand it, and if you don't want to explain it to the child, you can just be like, I'm gonna tell you when you're older.
Right?
It doesn't matter, like, if I was a child watching this movie, I wouldn't have thought twice about what they were saying. I would have just thought, it's funny, she's hiding from her mom in the bathroom,
Yeah.
because, I mean, in the German voice acting of Ariel, the Little Mermaid, she says whore.
Yeah.
Ursula says whore to Ariel, about Ariel. I never noticed as a child, because I was just like, ooh, animation, mermaids. I wasn't paying attention. So, don't think too much about it, and don't be freaking uptight about it. It's just...
Especially, I don't understand the problem with explaining it to your kids. Like, why is this such a big deal to you? Why do you want the stigma to still be, no, we can't talk about menstruation? Isn't it a good thing that we are at the point where we can talk about it and where we can show it in kids' movies?
Exactly. It is...
Like, this is just something... That was probably a man writing the
It
review.
was 100% a guy. I'm like, yeah, no woman.
Like a cisgender man, to be honest.
Insecure about his masculinity.
Yeah, his fragile masculinity.
Yes.
Can't explain menstruation. He probably... If he has a girlfriend, he's probably like grossed out of her when she has her period. And I'm like, this is such a normal part of life.
Yeah, just... Guys, don't be so uptight about it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to slurp the blood up, okay?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. But just... It's fine. Blood. And... It's so weird that people are like disgusted by this with... Even though it's the only blood that happens naturally. That comes naturally out of your body. Like if you cut yourself, that's not naturally supposed to happen. If you get hurt in a war and bleed... It's not natural. It's not supposed to happen.
But people are more open about that than menstruation, which is so weird and just fucked up in my opinion. Like, why would you be okay with seeing blood, like,
right?
I don't know, because of a wound, but if someone has the period, which, by the way, you don't see the blood, you just know that this person has the menstruation.
Yes.
Like, you don't even see the cut or anything on the blood. Mostly only the person with a vagina sees the blood.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal about it? Let's just be open about it and talk about it because it's something natural.
Right.
Just like walking is natural.
And I'm like, trust me, the person who bleeds out of their vagina is more uncomfortable about it than you are.
Yeah,
it is
probably
annoying.
more grossed out than you are.
So,
but it's just something natural every person with a vagina has to live with.
Just,
or not every person, but most of the people with a vagina.
Right, like everyone who bleeds. Naturally.
Exactly.
Okay? Which I also told you, I saw a commercial where they used red paint, like the red liquid instead of blue one for pads, and I was like, hell yeah, we're getting places, guys. This is nice. Because always the blue liquid is like, you can't show it that it's red? Oh no.
Why
but
not?
They did it this time. I'm like, oh, I'm impressed. But yeah, Turning Red, the movie, is not only about menstruation, okay? It is about much, much more. And don't worry, it's not a huge part of the movie. It's just a small scene, and I just really enjoyed this scene. I thought it was really cool. And the rest of it was really nice. There's like a boy band.
Oh, damn.
And it's so funny. What are they called? I think they're called Four Town, but there are 5 members.
Oh, I love that.
I watched it. I was like, why is it called Four Town when there are 5 members? And the mom is like, why are they called Four Town when it's 5 members? I was like, I'm old, clearly, because I asked the same question. And it's just really, it's a nice story about growing up, like, you know, it's a coming out of age and stuff, with something new.
But just because of the members of Four Town. This is so funny because you know 21 Pilots, right? You heard the band.
Yes.
And one time I was listening to 21 Pilots and my sibling was like, why are you listening to them and why are they called 21 Pilots when there are only 2 people? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know. I don't care.
I don't know.
Or like my favorite band is 5 Seconds of Summer. And there are only 4 people too. And like, this is the most asked question they get is like, why are you called 5 Seconds of Summer when you're only 4 people? And it's like, who cares?
Because it's not about the members, it's about the seconds of summer. Oh my god, it's stuck again.
Oh shit!
No!
I was so into like talking.
Yeah, it was so concentrating. Oh god, I'm gonna die. Stop it.
Don't fly anymore, fall into the water.
I jumped! I pressed it to jump!
Yeah, right.
I swear!
Right.
Where was the last load? Anyways, I need a drink. Fucking OBS doesn't work. I'm dying.
See, this is our problem again. First the microphone, now OBS is stuck again.
It constantly stops the recording, and I don't know why.
I'm just gonna watch the
playthrough
on the computer. So if it gets stuck again, I can like scream and be like, it's stuck again!
Well, look who is stuck again.
Yeah.
So,
Jump!
I did it. I'm alive, and that's the most important thing. What else was there? Yeah, I wanted to tell you. I watched Jujutsu Kaisen because I can't move, right? I had an operation, I was in a hospital, and I can barely move. So, or I shouldn't.
Yeah.
And therefore I was like, what can I do? Lying in bed watching shit. And I was like, let's watch some anime. And I watched Jujutsu Kaisen. You know which one I'm talking about? You know what Jujutsu Kaisen is?
I think I know. Is it the one?
He has pink hair
and with the Markierungen am Gesicht.
Yes, the scar is not the scar,
yes.
But, you know, and he sometimes has a second face.
Yes, exactly. I watched the first episode, so I totally know what you're talking about.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Really?
I think the first episode was hilarious.
Oh, that's so funny that you're like, oh, it's so hilarious because I watched it and I'm like, it's good, but I don't like the characters.
Oh!
I love the thing is about Jujutsu Kaisen is
it's stuck.
No! We're back.
Again!
God damn it.
I'm gonna be screaming again once it's stuck.
Yes, you do that. So, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Exactly, yes.
The fights are the best things in this anime. I love the fights because they're smooth, they're interesting and cool. And every time they were fighting, I was totally mesmerized. I was like, oh, hell yeah, let's do it. And the rest is just, my problem is the story is interesting, but the characters are so boring that when they explain the story, I'm just like, endure it. There's gonna be a fight soon. Endure it, it's okay.
You're just watching it for the fight scene.
Yes, basically. And the problem is, because, in my opinion, the human characters and not reacting like humans should. Like starting with the main character who's just like, oh, there's a curse, which looks fucking huge and everything. It's scary. I'm just gonna fight it anyways, and it's fine. And then he's being asked, are you not scared of it? And he's like, yeah, I'm fucking terrified, but I'm doing it anyways. And then he continues on with his life, and we're just like, we're not gonna talk about this later or anything, right? Like, no, like, are you okay? How do you feel? Nothing. He just continues on. I'm like, okay, sure. Then later on, okay, there's a character, you saw the opening, there's this video which I absolutely love of a dude who's like, yeah man, this looks pretty good. Is that a fucking panda?
Yeah, oh my god!
And this panda can talk, okay? It can talk and it appears. And the reaction of it is from the people who don't know this, who don't know this panda, right?
Yeah.
They're like, is that a panda? And then the dudes are like, yeah, it's a panda. And it can talk. And they're like, okay. And I'm like, that's it? Are we not? Like, why can you talk? What are you doing? It's being explained later, but the human characters are not asking any questions. And I'm like, I feel a bit left out, okay? I cannot relate to those characters because I'm reacting. What the heck is happening? But they're not. And I'm like, okay. And then we have the cursed dudes, the curses, the bad guys, who are more human than the humans because they're talking about their ideals and why they're doing it. I'm like, I can understand that. I'm not supporting it, but I understand why they're doing it and stuff. Why do they have more emotions than the humans? What is this? I'm sorry, this is loud outside. I need to close the window.
Then do
Shut up! God damn it! Of course they're working outside. Of course they do. It's not like they could have chosen another day. No, it must be today.
It's always the day we're trying to film something.
Okay, let's go. I'm back. So, I watched the whole show. And it's okay, it's good. I think it's good. But I don't understand the hype, is what I'm saying. Because I always hear people being like, oh, it's so good. And I'm like, I watched Demon Slayer. And it is so much better than Jujutsu Kaisen from the characters and everything. I'm not even sorry, it's just my opinion, it's fine. But it's not bad. Jujutsu Kaisen is not bad.
Yes.
But if I had to choose between Demon Slayer and this one, I would say Demon Slayer all the time. Another thing, I finished that anime, right?
Yes.
And then I also watched, I continued, because I was like, okay, I want to watch an anime.
Yes.
But I do not want to watch an anime where I have to start from the beginning, like Haikyuu. I haven't watched Haikyuu yet, and I'm like, but then I have to start from the beginning and have to be introduced to all the characters, and I don't want that. I just want to watch an anime. And I was like, I'm gonna continue watching Naruto. Because I watched the first season of Naruto, not Shippuden, not Boruto, the original one, okay? I'm a bit slow.